What a journey this has been. Do you remember, dear, when I said that I was going to run for Senate? And you remember when I said everybody said, do you need to have your head examined? She did too. Tell you what, so many people to thank, but it starts right here. My dear wife. We made a big decision many, many years ago to come back to our hometown. And that wasn't typical back in 1978. And we did it for one reason. We wanted to raise a family. We wanted to have a chance at starting our own businesses. Very simple plan, and by golly, it worked out. The kids are here on the stage with me, two of my grandkids. Truly, dear, we've lived the American dream. Really have. I see so many of you out there. I see Terry, the other Terry, Seitz from Mayor. Yeah, these guys, lots of Terrys. I've made so many friends, and in these 15 months that I've been out doing this, imagine every time I've been on the road, I haven't stayed in a motel or hotel more than 4 or 5 times. People have put me up, made friends with Hoosiers the way a campaign like this should be. And I want to thank all Hoosiers for giving me a resounding victory, putting your faith in me, and I will not let you down, I promise that. Senator Donnelly called me about 15 minutes ago. Yeah? And just like any competition, you fight hard, you want to win, you got to make your case. And we did it. The one thing I would love to see change in politics is it's gotten way too nasty on both sides. Yeah. It should be about ideas. It should be about what you bring to the table. And both sides and their families have had to carry that burden and the weight. Hope that changes down the road. Yes, sir. And then you look at other things. When I decided to do this, I wouldn't have done it, and I mention it almost everywhere I go, if it had been President Hillary Clinton. I'd be hunkered down in southern Indiana trying to survive. And, and I make that point because we as conservatives, being led by President Trump, we've got to prove why our way of thinking, why what works in the state of Indiana is going to work for the rest of America. And I really believe I can weigh in on that argument. Because when we moved back to our hometown, we did raise that family. 3 of my 4 kids work in my business. And the theme of my campaign is that we need to take to Washington what works in the real world, what works in Jasper, Indiana, what works in Warsaw, Indiana, what works in this great state where we lead by our performance, just like we did in tackling infrastructure. We're a state that works, and I thank my lucky stars that I was born in this state, in my hometown, and that it's worked out. I really do. And we have a narrow window. We've got 2 years to show that as conservatives, we can make things work. We need to get our president reelected. Yeah. And what we're going to do is we're going to get more people from the real world that have had to do things that can fix things in a dysfunctional system. You're going to find that other people across this country are going to stick their neck out and take a risk and try to fix things in Washington so the system works for everyone. That's my goal. Never in my wildest dreams did I imagine when we made the decision to move back, after serving on a school board for 10 years, after being in our state house for 3 years, passing an amazing infrastructure bill, I wasn't going to run for a third term. I was going to come back to Jasper and do what the founders intended. You know, serve, get back to where you came from. I viewed it as a unique opportunity, and I'll share some special moments with President Trump. I've been with him 4 times, and I've been on the limo 4 times with him. Yeah. And Trump unplugged for 20 minutes on 4 rides. You're going to learn a lot of stuff. And I'll never forget, and Todd Young was with me, the second subject that came up, you remember when he said, do you think we ought to bring Bobby Knight into your campaign? Promises made, promises kept. I told Maureen, how can it can only happen in America and in Indiana when you're with the president, the vice president, and Bobby Knight all on the same night on the same stage. This journey's been 15 months, and you know it's been get up early. It was 6 days a week, 14 to 18 hours each day. When I started this, not many people believed in it. Many thought it was a fool's errand. All I can tell you is everything I've gone through, I'd do it again because we got a rare opportunity, I think, to really make things happen in D.C., and I can't wait to be a part of it. My campaign team, my family, everybody that was with me from the beginning, thank you so much. And all I can tell you, I'm not going to let you down. I'm going to go there to represent Hoosiers and hopefully make you proud of me as your next senator from Indiana. Thank you so much.